the available data. Okay, sometimes when you are having more data, it is called certainty. Certainty means you have more data. Already some people is running the business, so you know that there are a lot of coffee shops, so you know that coffee shop business average in one place how much it will earn, how many people will come and take a coffee in that place. So all these data are very well known to us, so that is called decision making under certainty. Okay, so the information is known to us, so based on the known information we can make decisions. Decision making under uncertainty. For example, in your place there is no shop for gold. Okay, so buying gold, there is no, suddenly if you want to start a business of gold jewelry, okay, you don't know that how many people will come and buy. Okay, so whether they will like it or not, and particularly a country like this, whether it is favorable or not, people will try to buy the gold or not. Okay, so decisions making under uncertainty. Uncertainty means you will not have any information because there is no such a shop in your place. Okay, decision making under risk. Decision making under risk means the business itself is a very new idea. Very new idea. It is not something like the coffee shop or a gold shop, because these two are two different business running at two different places. Okay, but a decision making under risk means it's a new product. It's a very new product, something like you are making a different type of food item, or your different type of dress item, or if you are making a new type of solar car or something like solar products if you are making. Okay, so that's a new product you are making it. Okay, so we don't know whether people will receive it or not. It is a risk one. But once it is click means when everybody try to buy, that means there is no other option. Everybody uh, they have to come and buy it from you. Suppose you have a very good example is, suppose you as a scientist you bring a medicine for COVID-19. Okay, you bring a vaccine. If you are bringing means it's decision making under risk. Okay, so many people's, you put a lot of money into that research and you try to find that. If you get that medicine, it is a very good success. But if you don't get that medicine, then all the efforts and money what you invested there is going to be wasted. So decision making under risk is another decision. The last one is decision making under conflict. So these are the four types of decision for us. Okay, so coming to the problems, we are going to have a different type of approaches for them. The first approach is called pessimistic approach. Pessimistic approach, or it is called Maxmin criterion. Maxmin criterion means we think that everything is sometimes go wrong. Okay, so that is called pessimistic. Okay, and it is called then another type of approach is called ambivalent. Ambivalent means it is a mix up of things, so we can expect a maximum thing, but out of which we can expect the minimum output. So remember this word. Pessimistic means we think the best will happen in the worst case. Best will happen in the worst case. We are taking the minimum values and out of which you are taking the maximum. So take the minimum values, out of the minimum values we will take the maximum possibilities. Okay, you see from some maximum means, so the best thing will happen for you out of which the worst thing is assumed. That is called ambivalent. Maximax, that means optimistic. The best thing will happen to you at any case. Okay, that means you will get a very good car at very cheapest price. Okay, so two things are happening and two things are also favorable for us. The fourth one is called a probabilistic method. Probabilistic method means usually this is the approach usually we will apply. Probability means chance of coming more. So we will use the chance of probabilities of each and every event and you will find the chance decision based on that. And it's called expert degree of optimism, or we'll call it as Hurwicz criterion. That means usually what we'll do is whenever we are going to buy a car, what we will do is we will take a person who knows more about the car. That is called expert. Okay, so even though we are having three cars in our mind, finally we will fix up with the car what the expert is saying. Okay, he will see the car pattern, he will see the car condition, engine condition and painting condition, okay, inside interior condition, how much kilometer ran, so all those things he will see, and finally his expertise, okay, he will just run the car for some kilometers and he will say, okay, this is smoothly running, it can last for more years, and this is not smoothly running, you can use for very less years, like that he will say. So he can give option for that, okay, so this is better than this, like that. So this is called degree of optimism. Okay, so that will be given by experts, so based on his decision or his opinion, but the decision we are making. Okay, so only thing is he will give the opinion for you. Okay, a regret minimax criterion is a one which is the other way around. So how to make our loss minimum. Okay, so all these approaches are talking about how much we can make the profit more, but this is the other way around. If you are making the loss less, okay, so you are minimizing your loss, means that will give the chance that your profit will be more for you. Okay, so both of the things are uh, giving a good decision for us. Okay, how the questions will come for you in the examination. A company has to choose one of the three types of biscuits. Okay, so the three types of biscuits are cream biscuit, coconut and glucose. So okay, three types of biscuits they are making. Sales expected during the next year are highly uncertain. Okay, so the next year how many cakes they will buy, we don't know. Okay, it's based on the weather, or it's based on the people's choices, or it's based on the market condition. Okay, how much money they are having, okay, all those things. What they will do is a research team, marketing department estimates, that is a research team, they go to the market and they are having the data for that. Okay, last year and before year how much is the demand for these type of biscuits during which different periods. So the profit considering manufacturing cost, promotional efforts and distribution setup, etc., as given in the following table. Okay, the marketing department they are giving this data. So what they are telling is from the cream biscuit, if you are making S1, that means some amount, 1,500 if you are making a biscuits and making the effort for that, you get a 15 lakh units profit. Okay, it may be 15,000, 15 lakh reals. Okay, so 25 lakh reals or 45 lakh reals the profits. Okay, if you are making the coconut only, so based on this condition 20 units you can make profit, or based on this condition 55 you can make, based on this condition 65 you can make. And if you are taking a glucose manufacturing, okay, these are the profits expected. Please note that you are not going to make all the three types of biscuits, you are going to make only one type of biscuit. So that is a question. A company has to choose one of the three types of biscuits. Okay, they are going to make only one type of biscuit for the next season. Okay, now you are going to make the decision based on these different criterions. So what is a maximum criterion, maximax criterion, Hurwicz criterion, minimax, Laplace and regrets criterion. Okay, so make sure that your course of actions are on the left side. Okay, that is the first step in any question. Check that the course of actions are on the left side. So yeah, to make course of action means what are the alternate things we can do. Either you can buy a cream biscuit, or you can manufacture a coconut biscuit or glucose biscuit. So keep them in the left side. Sometimes the question, if they are giving the top side, turn it around, change it. Okay, so based on that we are going to make the decision. Let us see what is the decision for based on the first criterion. We are thinking that Maxmin criterion, that means the pessimistic criterion. Pessimistic people means uh, maximum criterion. So first step is take the problem. Okay, this is our question. First, in each and every row you can find what is the minimum element. Okay, so if you are having 15, 25, 45, so in this entire row what is the minimum value? The minimum value is coming here. The minimum value is coming here 15. So take this 15 here. Then in the second row also find what is the minimum. Find what is the minimum. So second row 20, 55, 65. So 20 is the minimum. Okay, write it here. And the third row 25, 40, 70. What is the minimum? So this is the minimum here. So in each and every line, what is the minimum? Write it here. Then after writing this, now you apply the maximum part. So you have to read from right side. First to write the minimum, okay, then the maximum. So that's what we call it as the maximum. First the minimum, then the maximum. Okay, so first we find the minimum in each line. So out of this 15, 20, 25, what is the maximum? So this is the maximum value 25. So once you choose this 25, you will come to know that even if the condition is worst for the market, even if the condition is worst for the market, best decision is you have to manufacture glucose biscuit. Decision is to prepare only glucose biscuits. Okay, so the glucose is the best decision for this season. Okay, so this is according to the maximum criterion. So the decision will be changing according to different criterions. Okay, this is the answer for the first part. Second part is, so everything goes in favor, then out of which we are going to make the smallest thing. Okay, smallest profit. Okay, everything peoples are coming to buy and full market is open like that. So then how much is the minimum profit we can expect? What is the minimum profit? What is the assured profit we can expect? So that is called the Minmax criterion, or we can, okay. So what you can do is the other way around. In each and every line you can choose the maximum value first. You read, so first maximum, then the minimum. So what is the maximum here? So 15, 25, 45. 45 is a big number. Okay, check the big number, write it here. So then 20, 55, 65. What is a big number? 65. So write the 65 here. And 25, 40, 70. The big number is 70. Write it here. Okay, so this time we are taking the big numbers. So max means big. Okay, we are taking the big numbers. Out of all these big numbers, you are going to choose the small number now. So minimum means small. What is a small number? 45 is a small number here. Okay, so that means if everything is favorable, but you want to make a very sure decision, very perfect decision, make the cream biscuit. If you are preparing the cream biscuit, 45 lakh is the best profit for you. So these are two extreme cases. Okay, worst market and the best market. Okay, now let us come to the maximax criterion. Maximax criterion, usually we think that everything is favorable to us and we are making them, everybody is coming to buy from our shop. Okay, maximax criterion. So in the maximax criterion, first to find what is the maximum value in each and every row. So that's going to be same, 45, 65, 70. Okay, so these are the three maximum values in each and every row. So see all the numbers. So 15, 25, 45, 45, 20, 55, 65, 65, 25, 40, 70. The big number is 70. So take all the big numbers, and out of all these big numbers, again choose the big number. 70 is the biggest number. So 45, 65, 70. 70 is the biggest number. So this is called the maximax criterion, or we can say this is the best decision. So what the decision says, you have to make the glucose biscuits. So write the decision. We choose to launch or manufacture glucose biscuits. Okay, so in all the decision making problems, finally you should write the decision. That is very important for us. Okay, so writing the steps is part of that, and after writing the steps, apply the rules and finally write what is your decision, what you mean by that. Okay, so what from this 70, what you are going to get it from this 70, we say that we are going to manufacture the glucose biscuit. So we have taken three different types of approaches here. One is the maxima min criterion, or the second one is a minimax criterion. Third one is the maximax criterion. Okay, that's why I give this slide here. Maximin criterion is called a pessimistic. Minimax criterion is called ambivalent or common man approach. Okay, or maximax criterion is optimistic. Optimistic means everything is in favor of him. Okay, now let us go to the Laplace criterion or probabilistic approach. Fourth question, is probabilistic approach. So three different types of approaches we have done. Now comes the okay. So most of the times if you are having the data and if you have the probability, okay, that is also important. If you have the probabilities, then you can make the decision more accurately. Okay, it is called a data driven decisions. Now Laplace criterion. The Laplace criterion, here there is no probability given. If the probability is given, you should multiply with the probability. Okay, but if there is no probability, which means all of them are equal. Okay, so if all of them are equal, what you can do is simply find the average of these three things. So what is the average of these three things? It is 15 plus 25 plus 45. So how we are getting this number? That's going to be 15 plus 25 plus 45 whole thing divided by 3. So how much we can use it in the calculator? That is going to be is equal to 28.33. Okay, so that is how we are getting this number 28.33. So similarly in the next value also, so try to write two decimals at least. If you are writing four decimals, that is well and good, but at least two decimals you can write it, two or three decimals, because reals is having three values after the point. Okay, so therefore you can write three values for the 28.333 like that. Then the next value is you can calculate 20 plus 55 plus 65. You can take the value and write it there. Okay, so this is coming like 20 plus 55 plus 65 divided by 3. So that is going to be is equal to 46.7067. 666 like that it will go. So we cut down to two values or three values, whatever is required for us. Okay, so that is a second part for us, and we will take the third one also similarly. The third one is also we are going to have all the three values, find the averages for them. What is our three values? If it is a Laplace criterion, first to find them like this, then out of all these three values, choose the maximum one always. Okay, so when you are coming, we have to choose the maximum only. So therefore, here we are getting the maximum value is 46.67. 46.67 is corresponding to coconut biscuits. So the decision would be to launch coconut biscuit. So that is a decision for us. Okay, so the decision would be to launch coconut biscuits. So from here we are going to choose it. If they don't give any probability in the question, just add and divide it by 3. If they are giving four values, one value here 25, 45, and one more value here, something like that, they give divide four values. So check, it's a simple average one. Okay, so that is a Laplace criterion for us. The next one is Hurwicz criterion or experts criterion. Okay, what the experts criterion says is first you should find the maximum values and also the minimum values. So you have to mix these two things with the experts coefficients. What is experts coefficient? Experts coefficient will be given to you in the question. For example, in this question it is given that criterion alpha is equal to 0.6. Okay, so this experts criterion will be given to you in the question. Use that criterion. Now for this one you have to find the minimum value and maximum value. So the minimum value for each and every row is so 15, 25, 45. This is the minimum value and this is the maximum value. Okay, so write them. So minimum is here, maximum is here. Then again here 20 is the minimum value, 65 is the maximum value. Put them here. Okay, similarly maximum value and minimum values. Now we have to mix up the maximum value. This is the rule. Okay, so the maximum value into 0.6 plus the minimum value into 1 minus 0.6. Okay, so only this value is given to us in the question. Alpha is equal to 0.6. So you take this is the rule. Okay, so maximum value into 0.6 plus 1 minus 0.6 into the minimum value. Okay, so what are the values we are getting here? We are getting 45, 65, 70. So put 45, 65, 70. Okay, so all the first place is going to be 0.6. Then for minimum, you make it as 1 minus 0.6, 1 minus 0.6 into 15, 20, 25. So 15, 20, 25. Okay, so use a calculator to calculate what are the values. So we are getting 33, 47, 52. So these are the values we are getting it. So if you after getting this again, you have to make the decision with a max. 52 is maximum. So where it's coming, it is coming for the third one. Okay, what is the third one? It is for the glucose. So according to the experts criterion also, we should manufacture the, okay, so launch the glucose biscuits. That is the decision based on this experts criterion. So you see that based on different criteria, the decisions are changing. That's why even though we are having certain tools in management to make the decisions, it's based on what idea we are using, the decisions will be changing. If you are ready to take a risk, then your decision will be different. If you are not ready to take a risk, you want to get the minimum sure profit, then your decision will or your action will be different. Okay, now let us come to the last one, loss of opportunity. How much we can minimize the loss if everything goes wrong and everything is not favor of us, and how to minimize our losses, or we can say it is the loss of opportunity. Even if you are making loss of opportunity means even though it's possible for us to make the profit, we lose the profit. So how much we can, so that we have to minimize it, no? So how to do that? Now come back to this question, how to do that in each and every row. So this way you take the maximum one and subtract it. 25 minus 15, 25 minus 20, 25 minus 25. Okay, so 25 minus 15, 25 minus 20, 25 minus 25. And in the second you choose what is the maximum one here. 55 is the maximum one here. So you make 55 minus 25, 55 minus 55, 55 minus 40. And the last column you are having 70 is the maximum value. So make it as 70 minus 45, 70 minus 65, 70 minus 70. Okay, so this is the approach for you. Once you are having this, so you have the answers 10, 5, 0, 30, 0, 15, 25, 5, 0. Okay, so these are the values we are getting. Now out of all these values, now you can choose the maximum value. First here the maximum value is 30, and here the maximum value is 5, and here the maximum value is 15. So out of these maximum values, you can apply the minimum criterion. Okay, so we reduce the possibly loss of opportunity. Okay, so that's why finally we are finding the minimum for that. So 30, 5, 15. What is the minimum value here? 5 is the minimum value. So if you are making the coconut, you will be able to maximize the profit and minimize the loss of opportunity. Okay, so hence we choose to launch coconut biscuits. So according to this value, you are making the decision. So these are the 6 different types of criterions available to us how to make the decisions. Okay.